Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot in the days of auld lang syne? Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. One moment, please. There we go. Let me just there. Yes. It is January 1st, 2021. It is now, well, technically it'll be 8 o'clock tonight. Actually, a little after 8 o'clock tonight, when it will, for the most part, be 3 full years since I started making videos. Crazy, isn't it? You know, I like to believe that my low, this will be the first low, high, and act of kindness I do in the new year. That's absurd when you think about it. Because, I mean, a year ago today, I didn't even do that. So, how far we have come. So, if I have any low from yesterday, well, here's the thing. I am very well aware 2020 was just downright awful. I've probably said this on camera more times than I can count, and you all have probably heard it more times than you can count. If I have a low from that, however, I know that 2020 really wasn't all that great, but I don't want to leave the year believing that everything about it was bad, because that's just not true at all. I mean, granted, I'm speaking from, my perspective. Because, there were lots of bad stuff that happened, but, one of the most important things I wound up doing last year was fulfilling my New Year's resolution and spending time with family more. And I wound up doing that quite a lot. And there's lots of other stuff too. There was the openings of both the Sauce Boss and Peas Macarons. All the times I told you I got to hold my nephews. All the times where I was able to say, I was just able to spend the day with my father and that was fine. And don't get me wrong, there was some bad long before the pandemic hit for me. On January 21st, it'll be 1 full year since I lost my grandfather. So, believe me when I tell you, if I'm coming out of a bad year, I'm very likely sure everyone is. But with all the bad that happened, the pandemic, loss, depression, everything that happened to everyone last year, I want to believe knowing that there was at least some good. So my low is, I'm just going to constantly hear everyone say that 2020 was the worst year ever and there was absolutely nothing redeeming about it, because I don't believe that's true at all. And yes, it was bad, but there was some good too. Stuff like One Piece was still going on. I still, at the very least, got to make videos every day. Sort of expand on it a little bit by doing One Piece arc thoughts. There was a lot. And I'm thankful for that. And that's my high, by the way. So, yes, if you're having trouble keeping track, my low is the fact that, the year ended with everyone believing it was completely irredeemable. But my high is I'm thankful for every good thing that happened. And my act of kindness was, last night, I had a dinner with my father, and I helped clean up. I know it's relatively simple, but still, an act of kindness is an act of kindness. So, good morning, and hey, it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. So yes, the first Friday in 2020. This is the first Friday in 2021. Pretty cool, huh? So, yeah, I can't really complain about that. I guess in terms of everything that happened yesterday for me, it was, for the most part, pretty uneventful. I mean, I did get to spend time with my father yesterday, which is always, part of my high. We had dinner last night from Picnic Pizza. We got my mother's favorite garlic pizza and a dozen medium wings, and it was very nice. Picnic Pizza. Seriously, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great pizza joints where I'm from. You have Atlas. Actually, funny enough, a friend of mine tried Atlas for the very first time last night, and she really liked it. So good on you. Let's see. There's Atlas, there's Anilio's, there's like several locations of Rico's, several locations of Pudgy's, and there's actually, and Picnic actually has several locations as well. Like there's one in Big Flats where my parents live, there's one Jubilee Plaza in Horseheads, and there's one located inside the Arnott Mall, where that is near me. But I have to say, I guarantee Picnic Pizza is probably the place that I had pizza the most in my entire life. So, needless to say, I'm most likely going to have pizza that's much better and higher in quality than what Picnic has. But make no mistake when I tell you, Picnic Pizza will always have a spot in my heart. Because cholesterol from the pizza probably clogged an artery near my heart. That's a joke, by the way. I'm actually in very good health at the moment. I don't want to jinx it. Hold on. That was me knocking on wood to make sure I'm still in good health. So, right. I love I have that wooden table near me. It's awesome. Let's see, what else is there? Well, I could really go further into detail saying, what are my New Year's resolutions? What are my needs? What am I going to do? Because I've been saying this all week. I have no doubt that 2021 is going to be better. For sure. But it's only going to get better if we all work together to make it happen. So what am I going to do? Well, as part of my New Year's resolution, I'm going to do more to be helpful towards everyone. If anyone asks for help, you can bet I'm going to be coming. If, you need advice, I'll be happy to listen to whatever you have to say and try and help accordingly. So for sure, I'm definitely going to do that. Another thing that is part of my New Year's resolution is, well, I know I said I was really good about my New Year's resolution being with family more. I was really good about that, but here's the thing. That's just one of those things where you really can never get enough of that. So, for sure, another part of my New Year's resolution is I'm going to be with family more. Yes, I'm going to be seeing my father later today. So, I'm also, it's easy to say I'm fulfilling that department quite well, but no, with family more. As things get better, we're able to see each other more, hopefully the coronavirus vaccine works and we're able to be out and about, or if you're in Canada, ooch and a boot. I want to be able to see more people in my family and more of my friends too. So definitely that's part of my New Year's resolution. And I know it really seems kind of silly to have this be part of my New Year's resolution as well, but a year ago, I talked about how, I'm 30 years old at the time. I'm 31 right now. Remember, kids, it's not how old you are, it's how you are being old. Okay? Glass is always refillable, right? So, I said that, I'm in my 30s now, and pretty obvious I'm very responsible, I try and stay away from, stuff like drugs or alcohol, stuff like that. But, it's about time I'd be a little more, open, be more outgoing. Because here's the thing, I actually do consider myself like a pretty outgoing person. I can stand to do it a lot more though. So, for me, no, I'm not going to go on like a drug bender. I'm not doing that, not at all. What I'm saying is, be a little more adventurous. Like if I'm at a party that just happens to have, alcoholic drinks, at least have one. You don't really need to do it that often. Yeah, I made that part of my New Year's resolution last year, and funny enough, in the very beginning, it was actually starting to work. Because at the illegal tap house in Elmira, they had like a giant party called Alive After 5, and it was there I had my first wine tasting. Yes, I was 30 years old, and I had my first wine tasting. It's even crazier when I tell you that I was like 2 weeks away from turning 30, and I had my very first Jello shot ever. So, even by those standards, I've actually come quite far. But, I could stand to be a little more adventurous. I could stand to be with people more. I could stand to, be adventurous. With responsibility, of course. Don't just, go running crazy and doing all sorts of not good stuff. Don't do that. Of course I don't do that. But I want to do something. Anything. The main thing to take away from doing something like that is, if you're not having even a little bit of fun, then you're doing something wrong. So, I know for a fact that if I can be responsible, I can still find enjoyment out of it. So that's why I can stand to be a little more, adventurous. So, those are the three main cruxes of, what I want my New Year's resolution to be. Help people and be with people more, spend more time with family because you can never do that enough, and just be a little more adventurous. Again, don't go crazy, just, if you're able to do something like, have a drink or two, do it. With responsibility, of course. I guess if I really have anything else to add to what my New Year's resolution is, and this is going to sound completely ridiculous coming from me, but, I'm 31 years old, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind necessarily being single, but I think it's about time I found, the right woman. Because remember, I'm straight. If you're from the LGBTQIA community, that's awesome, good for you. But I personally am straight, and so find someone right for me. Something to be happy with. The right woman in my life. I know it sounds kind of silly to me to talk about this, but in the beginning, near the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, there was actually a girl I was talking to a lot. Not just talking to, actually seeing in person. Yes, we may live in the days of social media, but you still have to go out and do stuff. And that does include talking to people. And I was seeing this girl every week. Not dating, but just being able to see and talk to. And that's fine. But here's the thing. I just kind of like this girl. So, provided that things get better, and provided that, I'm able to actually see this girl still, it'd be far too bold for me to just straight up say how I feel about it right then and there. Not at all. at least in a way that's completely like over the top or bombastic. I would just say, listen, I really think you're nice. And I really think you're pretty. And if I was able to see you a lot more, that'd be wonderful. But if you don't, I understand. Probably a little presumptuous for me to try doing it in the first place. But whatever. But oh well. If you don't want to see me, that's fine. If you don't want to see me ever again after, this little meeting, sorry. See, that's one problem I have. I've been in like one relationship ever my entire life, and that was like for 3 weeks. And that was back in late 2007. I think it's about time that, maybe I throw myself out there. So, at least the ultimate New Year's resolution for me is to find this girl and, just be able to talk to her again. At least for now, that'd be fine. Being able to see this particular girl and talking to her, that would be good for me. Again, I don't need to straight up say how I feel exactly, but, every relationship has to have a good, remember kids, you cannot have a good house you cannot build a house without a good foundation. And one of the strongest and simplest foundations you can have in a relationship can just begin with, casually talking and mutual respect. And that's really all you need. Well, then again, I've been single for well over 13 years now. I'm pretty sure I'm the last person who could be giving any kind of advice. But, I'm definitely aware of what's going on. I can definitely observe some things and sort of pick up on it. So, maybe I could be more right or more wrong than even I'm letting on. Who knows? Anyway, what a wild, strange, and not good year 2020 was. I think 2021 is going to be better. Remember, the glass is not half empty or half full. It is refillable. 2021 is our second chance. We need to act like it's our second chance. Like it's our last chance ever. We gotta get out there. We gotta help people. I almost fell there. We need to work together to make it happen. And I think we can. Yes, I know, work is a 4-letter word that no one likes. But we gotta do it. And we can. Together. So, at this point, it'd be easy for me to do the classic, favorite, all that stuff. I'm not going to really do that here today. Today is a day where if you're able to relax, find joy and simplicity in life, go and do it. After the year we had last year, you at least deserve something like that. And, it's so incredibly presumptuous to say that 2021 is, here's the thing, it's just after 8:30 in the morning at the time of this part of the recording right now. Of course 2021 is already not better, because we only just started the year. That's okay though. 8.5 hours down, and if my math is correct, 8,661.5 hours to go. We can do this. So, always remember that I will be humbled, forever humbled, that I make these videos every day for all of you guys to watch and enjoy. I hope we have a wonderful day, have a wonderful start to the new year, and just overall I hope we're all doing well. Because we need that. And always remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I am always going to be here to listen to what you have to say. And always have your back. So take care. And as always, make good choices. Happy New Year, everyone.